Hello friends, myself Dr. Satish Allampallevar, working as professor in Civil Engineering Department in TSSM's Birabai Sawant College of Engineering and Research, Nare, Pune. Today I am going to discuss the topic from the design of steel structures, explaining the concept of classification of cross section in relation with the local buckling, that is lateral buckling and local yielding of the component of a member as specified in third revision of IS 800 2007. IS 800 was first published in 1956 and then first revised in 1962 and then subsequently in 1984 and in 2007. The aim of updation is to incorporate very important changes based on the research, developments and technology update in India and in the world. For use of steel as structural member, IS 800 refers to code of practice for general construction in steel with the objective to achieve economy in the use of structural steel by establishing rational, efficient and optimum standards for structural steel products and their uses, thus achieving the actual behavior of member with assumed behavior with safety. IS 800 2007 is based on limit state method. Main contributors for this IS 800 2007 are INSDAC, that is Institute of Steel Development and Growth, Kolkata and IIT Madras. Local buckling. So, this local buckling reduces the load carrying capacity of columns and beams due to the reduction in stiffness and strength of the locally buckled plate elements. Thus, to avoid local buckling, IS 800 2007 imposes a limit to width to thickness ratio for the component plate outstands in a cross section. Thus, to avoid local buckling, IS 800 2007 imposes a limit to the width to the thickness ratio for component plate outstands of a cross section, that is thin walled cross sections. So, before starting the topic, we will refer for simple theory of bending and the bending compressive stress. We are having the governing equation for simple theory of bending, that is M over I is equal to sigma over Y is equal to E by R. So, M is equal to sigma by Y into I. That means moment of resistance is dependent or directly proportional to moment of inertia. Similarly, in case of columns, the bending compressive strength is dependent on the slenderness ratio. If slenderness ratio is high, bending compressive strength is less and vice versa. So, slenderness ratio is the ratio of effective length divided by radius of gyration, whereas I is related with radius of gyration with the relation I is equal to AR square. That means R is equal to square root of I by A. So, here also if R is larger or R is directly proportional to moment of inertia, when R is more, so we are getting the more bending compressive strength. So, we will take the example. See, this is a solid bar, say of area A and a hollow circular section of same area. So, if I calculate the moment of inertia, I will get more moment of inertia in case of hollow circular section. So, it means thinner the member, elements or components, more the design bending and compressive strength, and that is requirement for the design, because I am not sparing any extra cost. Same area is there for both the cross sections. Now, we will see that if I further increase the dimension for the hollow circular section, that means maintaining the same area, that means I have to make the thinner section. But when these sections are thinner, some problem is there because of the local buckling, that is lateral buckling and local yielding of the cross section element. The various roll seal sections or sections we used in the steel are solid section, open section and closed sections. Generally, solid sections are not used for the bending and in the compression. So, here we will see the various parts or elements of a section, whether they are stiffened or unstiffened. See the example of I section. For the I section, if we consider the flange, so from the web consider this projection on one side. So, that is unstiffened part. Similarly, right part is unstiffened, and same thing is valid for the bottom flange. Now, angle section. For the angle section, both the legs are unstiffened. Then T section, the leg as well as flange outstand on both the sides is unstiffened. For the same I section, if I consider the web portion, so that web is enclosed between the flanges. So that is the internal part, so that will act as the stiffened element. If I consider a square hollow section or rectangular hollow section, all the four walls are act as the internal element and will be termed as stiffened element. Now, in case of stiffened element, just it is demonstrated how the local buckling will occur. Similarly, in the other figure, for the unstiffened element, how the local buckling will occur. So, here it is tried to demonstrate a fabricated angle section. Whenever the compression load is applied on that, how it will buckle locally. Both the legs will act as the unstiffened element. So, here is the local buckling is shown. Similarly, see this I section, where before overall yielding of the cross section, flange is buckled. Okay. So, with this prerequisite, we will start with the topic, that is cross section classification. So, sections are classified depending on their moment rotation characteristics, that is the tendency of the component to buckle locally before overall failure of member. I will repeat once again, the tendency of the component to buckle before overall failure of the member occurs. So, rotation capacity is the allowable ductility before failure. So, to enable this classification, IS 800-2007 has specified breadth to thickness ratio for these thin elements. So, I want to explain now what is this classification. So, this classification can be better explained by moment rotation characteristics. So, see this graph, along y axis moment is there, along x axis rotation is there. Rotation means ductility. Okay. So, my yield moment, that is moment of resistance capacity, and mp plastic moment resistance capacity. Here on the diagram theta 1 and theta 2 shown. Then 4 classes are shown by this 4 graph, that is class 1, class 2, class 3 and class 4. Similarly, here the stress distribution diagram for a member subjected to bending is shown. So, we will see that for the plastic section, moment is mp as well as minimum rotation required is theta 2. So, theta 2, what is the theta 2? That is the rotation capacity. So, here in the diagram it is shown lower limit for the rotation capacity in terms of theta 1. What is theta 1? That is the rotation capacity at the onset of plasticity. So, here minimum lower value should be 6 times this theta 1. So, for class 1, we are getting the stress distribution diagram is rectangular one. So, plastic moment of resistance is there, failure of the overall failure of the member is there is no hindrance of the local buckling, etc. So, this type of members are used for designing the indeterminate frames where redistribution of moment is possible. Now, second one, class 2. So, that is termed as compact section. In compact section, it is having the resistance to it is having the capacity of plastic moment, but when its rotation capacity will not get utilized fully because of local buckling. So, complete ductility is not used. Before that, due to some local buckling, etc., it will fail. Now, third stress distribution diagram, that is class 3, that is semi compact section. So, what is semi compact section? Due to local buckling, only it is possible to reach the stresses to yield stress at the extreme fiber. So, this stress block is used in elastic theory. And fourth one is slender. In this section, even in the extreme fiber, stress can't reach to sigma y and stress will be less than that. So, generally in cold form sections etc. for economy, these sections are recommended or used. The same classification can also be shown or tabularized as class 1, 2, 3, 4. So, resistance in class 1 and class 2 resistance is plastic resistance, whereas in class 3, that is semi compact section, resistance is elastic, and for the slender section resistance is elastic based on effective cross sectional area, whereas for the rotation capacity in case of plastic section it is high, and in case of compact section it is low, and in case of semi compact and slender section it is none. Again it is tried to explain the same thing by drawing the moment and beta curve. So, moment my, mp, yield moment, plastic moment, and here beta 1, beta 2, beta 3 are shown. So, what is beta? So, beta is the ratio of outstand width to the thickness of that outstand width. So, here also in plastic and compact section it is shown that moment of resistance is mp, whereas for semi compact section it is only my, and in case of slender it is less than that. So, the aim of this discussion or the clause in the IS 800/2007 is the assumed behavior of the member must match with the practical behavior or actual behavior. That's all. Thank you.